To go. Okay, so this is me in newsreader mode. This is the second time, so I'm just going to cut it short. Bottom line is, you needed to turn up to that exam. In the summer, you need to turn up to the exam. If you've missed it, tough. You've deprived yourself of a chance to do some practice. If it was down to me, I'd give you 0, and that would save me marking it. But anyway, I think college are being slightly kinder. I think they want to know how you're doing. I don't know why. It's how you are doing, how you know you are doing that's important. Second issue was equipment. You will need a calculator. You will need a calculator. You need a calculator to do your homework. Hey, you need one to do your exams. Get a scientific one, not a rubbishy one like this. This is the one we lend you. If you get a log question, you're stuffed. It hasn't got a log button on it. You just about do a standard deviation if you write all the numbers out and put square roots in. Borrowing one of these, not useful. You'll need a black biro to write your answers with because that shows up best on the scan. A pencil is always a little bit handy, especially if you want to rubber something out where you've doodled it round the margins. And a ruler. So I had spent a lot of time hovering, passing rulers from one person to another because we haven't really got enough for the number of people who apparently needed them. Those people I stood over while they used the ruler didn't measure the right things. And what can I say? That's just not being prepared at all. In other news, the latecomers tended to be also people who hadn't got the right kit with them. So, kit, dead important. During the exam, we noticed a number of things between us. So we had highlighted answers. That's an absolute no-no. So highlight away the question stem, but your answers have got to be on a nice clear black biro. Some of you wrote outside the box. I'll just pick a box up to show you. If you write, oh yeah, that'll be good. If you write up here, down here, it's going to be lost because as it goes through the scanner, the edges of the paper are chopped off, particularly this side. We don't use that. Also, when you get a section of a question, that is all the examiner sees. So if you've squidged in something round there and got to the end and thought, oh, no, I'll put my answer down there, the examiner's not going to see it. They only get a little clip. And they're called clips for that reason. They get that little bit. So if you need to go on to another page, you need to write down where you've put your answer. Which brings me to another issue. Not the vast reams of additional paper that we've dished out in your exam paper. This is a full exam paper with all the various, 3 pages for you to write your essay on, and then 2 bits of extra paper. Go to the end. Just put P31. Tells the scanner and the examiner that the rest of your answer's on page 31, or even that there is a rest of the answer and you just haven't lost interest in your response halfway through. Believe me, that happens. Don't put asterisks on to say, oh, I've put my answer up at the top of the page. Might not be seen. So, in other news, so now I'm looking like a newsreader, 62 people started the essay between, just trying to read the numbers now, 225 and 235. So that, really good. What were the other 100 and odd of you doing is what I want to know. You were still wrestling your way through seals. That's 9 marks. It's nearly a tenth of the paper. So you've got to get something down to get some marks. And 6 people had stopped writing completely by 2:30. 2 of you had your heads on your desk and had gone to sleep. Brilliant. No reading through your answers. In other news, in the hall today there were 17 left-handers, 26 blondes, and 46 of you had done this with your paper. 46 of you. Despite all the bits of this where you needed the paper open, some of you are still persisting in doing this. Leave your paper open. Leave it open. Leave it open. What can I say? Leave it open. I'm done ranting now.